Yo, good morning, everybody. Did Raul? Did your NHL pick hit? I said Raul share the NHL pick, and then the comments flooded up, and I actually didn't even see which one you gave out. So I missed it. So I didn't even see which one you actually posted. But 3-1's good. Good shit. So, I mean, there's 12 games. I went through 5 of them in the video last night. We can pick a few to go through. Let me set up my my windows here. All right. Man, NBA is getting challenging. I hate when there's an aspect of. I like handicapping, as you guys know. I like handicapping the games, the production on the court. I hate when there's an aspect of trying to handicap which team is going to give full effort. And we're at that point of the season where some teams have no incentive to give full effort. And it's not necessarily that you can't turn a profit, but I just find it less interesting. You know what I mean? Like trying to be like, oh, this team, like Boston, clinched the 1 seed. Do we even want to bet Boston games the remainder of the season? They've clinched the 1 seed. We just saw them not give a shit and blow a 30-point lead to the Hawks. And then like look at Milwaukee. I mean, Milwaukee, they were up, I think, 16 or 18 at half against the Lakers. Probably should have been up more. They didn't even come out in the second half. Like, they looked like a completely different team. It looks like they came out of the tunnel after halftime. It didn't give a shit. So, and I mean, like, it's not even me criticizing. We're at the point of the season where it is there incentive to even give a shit. So that's it's tough. Let's get the all right. Yeah, the Bucks defense isn't good, but I mean, they were locking the Lakers down in the first half. See, this is like TWJ said the Bucks defense isn't good, and he's right. But they were locking down the Lakers in the first half, and on Sunday, they held Oklahoma City to 90 points. So, I mean, the Bucks defense can be good when they when they want to be. All right. Good morning, by the way. Hope everyone had a lovely night. I didn't. Yeah, but you know what? I didn't bet anything. I actually did bet that. You know what bet I took the heaviest was the one we did on this one, on the Handicapping show yesterday. The Kings Mavericks under. I don't know why I put a full unit on that, but it was just because we were like doing it. So that was nice. But other than that, it wasn't a good night. Those Mavs, bro. Yeah. I mean, part of that is, I don't know if you watched yesterday, but like we're just having fun too. If you watch the show, me and Ski both said that our favorite bet was the under. So I mean, the Kings versus Mavs thing was just like some fun. We were just bullshitting. We both run the under there. No worries, man. All right. So what game do you guys want to do first? Magic? That's a good one to start. Golden State, Orlando. It's a good game. It's a big game. Golden State, Orlando. I know. I always have to have the colors correct. It's something. I'm sick in the head. I can't do it unless the colors are correct in my sheets. Like if you notice, Look at the spreadsheets in the top right. Like, always color coordinated. It makes no sense. No, I bet you no one else does that because it's so unnecessary. It means nothing. But for some reason, the colors need to be right before I start. All right. So, obviously, we know Warriors coming off a game last night. Let me get this gum out. So, Warriors looked good last night. Beat up on the Heat. The under hit, which was good. We needed that win. Or I should say I needed that win because it wasn't a good night overall. But I did get this under. Let's look at some minutes here. Draymond, 28. Kuminga, 32. Steph and Wiggins and Clay, all 31. So they did play some minutes. Not an insane amount, but they did play some minutes last night. Bob Close, I'm an OCC idiot. Yeah, me too. I don't know. The colors mean nothing. But for some reason, I'm like, hold up. Got to get the colors right. So let's go to on 0 days rest this year. Golden State is 8-5-1 against the spread. So that's cool. Why don't we look at, we're at the point of the season. Why don't we look at recently, though? Let's try to find the last couple times Golden State was on 0 days rest here. So they had to travel, but from Miami to Orlando. So not a huge deal there. Let's see. March 6th and March 7th, they lost to the Bulls at home. So the last time they were on 0 days rest, they lost. Before that was Charlotte. They won. Before that was Utah on the road, and they won. They had to travel for that one, and they won. Before that, they had to travel to Indiana, and they won. So Golden State's been solid on these back-to-backs. So we'll put... So they are 8-5-1. ATS on, sorry, just waking up here, on 0 days rest, 3-1 last 4. So Golden State's been pretty solid. I know that you shouldn't bet on this team because they're on 0 days rest, but the fact that they're on 0 days rest, that's going to be cooked into the line here. And so that's cooked into the line. Orlando laying 4, and Golden State's been pretty solid on these 0 days rest. Let's pull up some injuries here. All right, Golden State, Orlando. Trace Jackson Davis, questionable. And then on the Orlando side, we got Gary Harris, questionable. A couple role players for each team. Nothing to really write down or take note of there. Doug Lane says he color codes everything too. Yeah, man, it's a must. It's a must. So all right, let's go to the sheet here. Actually, let's look at some trends. Let's look at Warriors ATS on the road since March 1st. I'm pretty sure this is going to be very good. So we got win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. Okay, so they're 4-3 against the spread in their last 7 on the road. Let's take out the on the road. Warriors against the spread since March 1st. Win, loss, loss, win, loss, win, loss. So pretty much back and forth there. Nothing there. Magic ATS since March 1st. We already know this is going to be a good one. They lost. They didn't cover against the Kings the other night or 3 nights back. But before that, 5 straight wins against the number. So since March 1st, Orlando 8-3 against the spread. As we know, the Orlando's been great against the number. And let me real quick check here. Pretty sure Orlando is coming into this game 4, 5, and 6. 3 days rest for the Magic. So let's look. You got Golden State on 0 days rest. Orlando on 3 days rest, which is crazy. Yeah. That's wild. So let's look at Orlando on 2 or 3 days rest on the season. Actually, just 7-7. So Orlando has like a great record against the spread this year, but not so much when rested, which is a little weird. Someone was who's on the show later? It's Ski and Rob Vino at 4 p.m. All right, so the fact that Orlando not great against the spread on rest. So I like this right here. So this is, for those of you that are new, last 5 games, last 10 games, full season. Last 5 games, last 10 games, full season. Look at strength of schedule. Golden State in the last 5 games, 9th. In the last 10 games, 20th. Look at Orlando's schedule, man. They've had a much easier schedule than Golden State. I mean, Orlando's played Sacramento solid, Pelicans. So Orlando's played 2 solid teams, but before that, it was Charlotte, Toronto. Let's look deeper than that. Charlotte, Toronto, Brooklyn. Pacers are solid. Knicks are solid. Wizards, Hornets, Pistons, Jazz, Nets, Hawks, Pistons. So, look, I'm not trying to say Orlando isn't a good team or anything, but I think as a whole, the Magic might be a little bit overvalued because of their last 15 games, like 12 of them have been against the bottom 5 teams in the NBA, which is always nice. So, strength of schedule goes to Golden State here. Actually, let's put that down. Okay. What else we got? So Orlando, as we know, has been playing. We're still trying to figure out what we think of the Orlando defense, right? Because they're putting up great defensive numbers, and they have great defensive numbers on the season, but they're putting up great defensive numbers, I mean, against nobodies. So let's look to see how Golden State is. Let's pull up something real quick. Golden State. Come on, Golden State. I got a new mouse. I'm still the wheel on it always messes up, keeps moving. All right. Against top defenses, Golden State 4-5 against the spread. So nothing there. Go back to our sheet. And Golden State has a top 10 offense anyway. So, I mean, Orlando's been shutting down these bad offenses. I don't think Golden State's offense should have a problem. They didn't really have a problem scoring last night. Let's look at last night's game. Last night, Golden State shot 55% from the floor. Just 34% from 3. But 55% from the floor on the road in Miami. If you could score and shoot 55% on the road in Miami, you can shoot 55% on the road in Orlando. Are they going to? We'll see, but I'm saying the Magic defense shouldn't scare us off Golden State. What should scare us for the Magic is they're attacking the rim, but we'll get there. Let's go down. All right, last 10 games here. Offense versus defense. Warriors offense versus Magic defense. Battle on the boards. Magic not letting anyone get active on the defensive. Yeah, I know. There's definitely ways to adjust. See, like my thing keeps moving. I'm not even hitting the mouse wheel. But okay, so Warriors. A couple things here. Both elite rebounding units here. Or Warriors have been great, very active on the offensive glass. Orlando just is third on the defensive glass. So is Golden State going to be active? Let's see how the Warriors have done. They're 5-4-1 against the spread against top 5 defensive rebounding teams. Nothing there. I mean, it's good that they're above 500, though. It's good that they're not struggling with teams like that. Let's open up Magic. Come on, Magic. Let's see, Magic against offensive rebounding team. Oh, shit. This wheel, man. This mouse wheel is going to give me... All right. Magic versus offensive rebounding teams, 9-3 against the spread. So Orlando has not struggled with teams that can get active on the offensive glass. So that's a positive for the Magic. All right, so Orlando's got a great record. But Orlando's going to have a great record against the number versus most different types of teams because they just have a great record against the number. This could be a good one for Golden State because Orlando is a defense that thrives on forcing turnovers. Golden State, which is so uncharacteristically because Golden State in this Steph Curry era, the last 5 or 6 years, has always struggled with turnovers. They always turn the ball over. Not so much recently, just 8th in turnover rate in the last 10 games. Orlando 6th. So let's see if Orlando struggled with offenses that don't. Okay. Orlando has a great record against the spread, but just 6-6 against the offenses that don't turn the ball over. Okay. I like that. What about Golden State against defenses that force turnovers? 7-6. So, yeah, nothing there. Golden State's really going to have to protect the basketball in this one. If they do, they should be in a good spot. Golden State does not draw fouls. Orlando against offenses that don't draw fouls. Oh, shit. That's not good. So, Orlando against offenses that don't draw fouls in the bottom 5 of free throw rate, 11-1 against the spread. Yeah, Doug Lane, I do add strength of schedule into the numbers for this part. That's to build this. But as far as the raw data, I don't really know how I would do that because everything would be subjective. But yeah, this is Orlando 11-1 against the spread against bottom 5 offenses in free throw rate. Now, his free throw rate in a typical model, it goes 40, 25, 15, 10. And free throw rate is the 10. Of the 4 factors, free throw rate only accounts for 10% of the weight. So free throw rate is the least important major metric of NBA. But still, we'll put it down because it's interesting. Whether or not something like that would influence our bet, we'll see. But 11-1 is pretty serious. All right. Let's go back here. So, basically, the takeaway from that is Golden State not going to get to the free throw line here. I'm done using this wheel on this mouse. It's going to drive me crazy. I just got this mouse yesterday. It's like an expensive mouse, too. It's supposed to make my life easier. So, yeah, Golden State probably not going to get to the free throw line here. Let's look at the shot charts. As we know, Golden State taking a lot of jump shots. Right here, short mid-range, long mid-range, above the break 3. That accounts for 44. 66% of Golden State shot attempts come from right here. So, Orlando, this is good news for Golden State. Orlando struggling against the mid-range, struggling against above the break 3. They do have good numbers against this short mid-range, though. But against these longer jump shots, Orlando not the best looking numbers. And keep in mind, Orlando's putting up these numbers from the last 10 games. Orlando's played like Detroit, Washington, Charlotte, Brooklyn. Brooklyn can shoot a little bit, but so this should be nice for Golden State here. Warriors should be able to get plenty of looks from as far as jump shots. So I don't hate this matchup for the Warriors, other than the free throw rate here. Warriors are going to struggle to get to the foul line, and Orlando's defense has been great against offenses that can't get to the line. That worries me. But other than that, I think it's a solid matchup for the Warriors offense. Let's go on the other side. Orlando's offense against the Warriors defense, really nothing here. I mean, what about the Warriors against, because the biggest weakness of Orlando all season has been protecting the basketball. Even when they're playing well, they're still like 27th, 28th in turnover rate. Orlando just can't stop turning the ball over. So let's see the Warriors against offenses that turn the ball over. This is Golden State versus offenses. In the bottom 5, they're 7-4 against the spread. Not enough to write down or take note of, but it's nice to see. The Golden State has a nice hit rate against the bottom 5 in turnover rate. Solid. Orlando does get to the free throw line, though. 5th. And that's been the case all year. This is the last 10 games, but they've been getting to the line all year. Warriors against offenses that get to the line. There you go. Golden State against offenses. Offenses that get to the line. 6-4 against the spread versus the top 5. I like this for Golden State here so far. And then here, I knew we were going to get to this one, and I knew this was coming. Because one thing Golden State defensively does great, they don't let you get to the basket. As you can see, that's why their frequency numbers are so big right here in the paint. So the reason for this is Golden State doesn't want to give you buckets down here. They do not want to give you baskets at the rim. So they don't let you get in there. So as a result, that results in a lot of people taking 8 to 12 footers because they're trying to get to the basket and they end up taking an 8 to 12 footer. So Golden State's completely cool with these numbers being shit. They just don't want you to get here. And the reason that's so significant is because Orlando's offense wants to get there. That's what Orlando's trying to do. That's what they've done all season, is try to get to the basket and get to the foul line. That's what Orlando does offensively. So I think Golden State's defense, even though they're not playing well, I think they're a tough matchup for the Magic. Let's see a couple things. Let's see the Warriors against offenses that attack the rim. Okay, so against top five, they're 5-5 against the spread. Nothing there. Not good or bad. Now let's see the Magic against defenses that don't let you get to the rim. There you go. Okay, so Orlando, excellent record against the spread, right? Well, not against the defenses that don't let you get to the rim. 5-6 against the spread. I think Golden State's got to be the move here, right? Is that what you guys are thinking too? Oh my God, I didn't do a poll. I'm sorry. So after looking at that, let's run a poll now because I'm thinking I've seen enough to take Golden State even on the back-to-back against a rested Magic team. I think I'm going to take Golden State. Yeah, a lot of people are going to take the Magic as favorites for sure. I feel like the way the NBA's gone the last like week or two also, Golden State beating Orlando would be like right on par with that because like a lot of handicappers are going to take the Magic, right? The Magic at home have been great. The Magic as home favorites have been great. And then the Warriors beat them and they're like, okay, I'm done. I don't get it anymore. It just seems like on par with what's been happening in the NBA. All these patterns that have been paying us out just like aren't hitting anymore. All right, so the poll is leaning towards Golden State here at +4. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Warriors on that one. Let me write that down, actually. Warriors +4. Okay, what game you guys want to do next? Well, okay, so the way you blew off the 11-1 free throw stat, well, yeah, it's not that I blew it off. I did write it down. But free throw rate, it only accounts for 10% of the handicap. You really shouldn't put that much of your bet should be weighted on free throw rate. I mean, that is crazy, but free throw rate is not that important of a part of the game. Most typical standard NBA models or basketball models, free throw rate is 10%. So effective field goal percentage is 40%, offensive rebounding rate 25%, turnover rate 15%, and then free throw rate is last at 10. Okay. Clips, you guys want to? I don't want to do the Clippers one because it's the same. They just played. Yeah, it's Clippers Sixers again. OKC game? Yeah, let's do OKC. That's going to be a good one. So let's do that one. And I haven't looked at it yet. So it's Oklahoma City Rockets. That's a good pick. Oklahoma City Rockets. So it's Houston at OKC. Looks like we're still at 7. There is 6.5s open. So Houston and OKC. I can tell you right off the bat, I want to bet Houston here. Before we even get started, I want to bet Houston. But obviously, let's look. Okay. Salty Fly Guy code does it automatically. It gets auto at 9 a.m. At 9 a.m. every morning, it auto fills everything for me. I hired a guy to write code. All right. So we got Rockets +7. Thunder -7. Let's go. So, Houston at Oklahoma City. This should be a cool one here. Let's look at injuries. Houston. There we go. All right. So, same thing here. Oklahoma City's been healthy. They're still healthy for this one. Houston's been missing Şengün and Whitmore for a while. So, same injury report that we've been looking from these two teams in recent weeks. So, nothing there. Next up, let's go to the spots. But I'm pretty sure spot-wise in this game in particular, I'm pretty sure both these teams are getting up for this one. Obviously, we know Oklahoma City's on a back-to-back, though. So, we got Houston, one-day rest. First game of a road trip, which is usually a spot I like. So, not bad for Houston. And Oklahoma City, not only is Oklahoma City on a back-to-back, but it's their third game in 4 nights, and they're just coming home from a road trip. Let's check that out. Oklahoma City on 0 days rest. I mean, they're 7-4 against the spread, though. So I'm not even going to write it down because Oklahoma City's been fine on 0 days rest this year. Let's see what the rest advantage. Houston just 6-7 against the spread this year with a rest advantage. And see with the rest disadvantage. Oklahoma City's 11-6 against the spread with a rest disadvantage. So I'm not going to write down that having no rest is an advantage, but actually this year, Oklahoma City's been better with no rest than Houston has been with rest. So we're not writing that down. Plus, Oklahoma City's got a young-ass team. I don't think, I'm not like terrified. I wouldn't be, if the handicap points towards Oklahoma City here, I wouldn't be scared to bet them because of that. All right. So, strength of schedule, this is the thing with the Rockets. They've been fun to watch. They're awesome. They're playing so well right now. But something we always need to keep in the back of our heads here, look at strength of schedule. In the last 10 games for Houston, 30th. In the last 5 games, 29th. So this little Rockets run that we've been seeing, it's been fun. It's like all the credit in the world to them. I hope they get into the play-in, but they've been doing it against subpar competition. That being said, Oklahoma City ain't really playing anybody either. In the last 10 games, they're 23rd in strength of schedule, 22nd in the last 5. So maybe for this game, this doesn't mean a ton because Oklahoma City has also played a weaker schedule. But yeah, something we have to consider with Houston is they played a weak schedule. I actually have to piss real quick. You guys can check out this sheet while I'm gone. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. All right. Houston, Oklahoma. Houston, Oklahoma City. All right. It's Post Malone night in Houston. All right, so let's scroll down here and let's look at this matchup. Last 10 games, I mean, Houston's been the better team, as crazy as that sounds. But again, they've been playing the toughest competition. But Houston Rockets in the last 10, third in overall efficiency, man. Third. Second in offensive efficiency. 8th in defensive efficiency. This Houston team, man. And look, right off the bat, I can tell you, Oklahoma City might be in for a tough matchup here because what do the Rockets do? We're not even looking at this yet, but Houston locks down the fast break. They don't let you get out on the fast break. They're one of the best fast break defenses in the NBA. So let's pull up. I'd like to see, out of curiosity. Thunder. There we go. So let's see the Rockets against offenses that run the fast break. Scroll to the bottom. Fast breaks at the bottom. Look at this. This is what I suspected it. God damn it, my mouse. This is what I suspected it would be. Houston against transition frequency. So this is against the top 5 teams that run fast breaks. Oklahoma City's first 10-4 against the spread. This has been the spot to bet the Rockets against teams that try to run the fast break because they are locked down against the fast break. That's a huge angle towards the Rockets there. First, top 5 transition frequency. So against teams that run the fast break in the top 5, Houston 10-4 against the spread. Oklahoma City first. They run fast break more than anyone. That's a nice start. Nice start for the Rockets. Now I want to look at Oklahoma City against top fast break defenses, though, because if I know Oklahoma City, they probably still have a winning record. Okay, so against, look, fast break efficiency defenses, 7-2. Fast break frequency, really what you look at is the frequency more, 5-4. So like I said, I mean, this is a sweet start to the handicap for Houston, but just because they're playing a tough transition defense, that's not a reason to scare you off Oklahoma City, because they've covered against these teams as well. So good start for Houston, but it's not like a, hey, let's go place our bets now. All right. Oh, actually, Oklahoma City has fallen back to second in fast break frequency. They were first for most of the year. I think actually Toronto jumped them. But anyway. Oh my God. Sorry. All right, we're back. Okay, so let's look at the matchup for Houston's offense. As we know, Houston's been launching a lot of threes, but okay. So right here is a big discrepancy. Houston's been getting to the free throw line, and Oklahoma City's been fouling. So let's see how they've done in these types of matchups. Houston against defenses that foul. Where's free throw rate, free throw rate, free throw rate? There we go. Houston against the bottom 5 defenses in free throw rate, 5-4. So, I mean, it's good that they're above 500, but nothing really. Oklahoma City against offenses that get to the line. And bottom 5, or the top 5. Oh my God. 5-2 against the spread. Man, Oklahoma City covers against anybody. So yeah, that's not this looks like an angle that Houston's going to get to the free throw line, but take it with a grain of salt because Oklahoma City's done good in these matchups. This is sweet for Oklahoma City because they were one of the worst rebounding teams in the NBA for most of the season. Look at this. Last 10 games, they're 4th on the defensive glass. That's huge. That's what they were getting beat in. That was like the only weakness of their game. Like if you were on 2 months ago, they were like elite everywhere except for rebounding. So it's good that they're keeping teams off the offensive glass. Let's see the Rockets against teams that don't let you get rebounds, actually. They're still 5-4 against the spread against the top 5. Oklahoma City. See, I bet you this one is bad for Oklahoma City. No, they're still 9-6 against offensive rebounding teams, so nothing there. All right. Is Oklahoma City going to be able to force turnovers from Houston? And the reason this one's huge is obviously Oklahoma City wants to get out in transition. They're playing the Rockets, a team that doesn't let you get out in transition to start. So that's a bad sign. If Oklahoma City is unable to force turnovers, that could be even worse. So I like this matchup for Houston here. If they can protect the basketball like they have been, let's see the Thunder against teams that don't turn the ball over. 3-1 against the spread. They've only played 4 games against teams that don't turn the ball over. That's kind of crazy. And then Houston against defenses that force turnovers. 5-7. So Houston has struggled against the teams that force turnovers. So there's definitely a lot that's pointing to Oklahoma City here. As much as that great start to the handicap was, there's definitely a lot. So here we go. What has Houston been doing? They've been launching from outside and they've been hitting. In the last 10 games, 33% of Houston shot attempts have come from above the break. So they are launching perimeter threes. These are Boston Celtics, Golden State Warriors numbers right here. The Rockets are launching and they're hitting. They're shooting 38.6% from out on the perimeter. Oklahoma City, 23rd defensively against that zone. Could be a positive angle here for the Rockets. Let's see Oklahoma City against offenses that shoot a bunch of threes. Still 9-4 against the spread, man. OKC covers. Now let's see Oklahoma City against teams that hit their threes. 8-6 against the spread. So yeah, that's not a reason to be scared off Oklahoma City, because Oklahoma City has covered against teams that do this. But you know what? Houston can also score at the rim, something Oklahoma City's defense has struggled with. So this is really a tough one. I think I want to bet Houston, but I'm seeing a bunch of things that might turn this into a pass because I feel like every turn we look, it's like, oh, Oklahoma City's still great against those teams. On the other side, we got Oklahoma City's offense against Houston's defense. Really nothing here. Both teams pretty. Stop looking at 8-3 against fast-paced teams. You don't think it's useful information to know how a team performs better or less than expectations against fast teams? My bad. Let's get to. I do have the wrong graphics up. Here we go. Against fast-paced teams and slow-paced teams, dude. Don't quit your day job. Seriously, just don't. All right. So, yeah, there's not much here in this one. I mean, these two teams are pretty even across the board. Both these teams have been, like, mediocre. Now, I know it looks like Houston's defense has the edge here, but keep in mind, this is the last 10 games, and they've played like nobody. So, and Oklahoma City's offense, after looking terrible on Sunday, came out and looked great last night against the Pelicans. The Pelicans were a top 5 defense recently. So that just shows you how difficult this is right now. On Sunday, the Milwaukee Bucks hold Oklahoma City to like 91 points or 93 points. That was on Sunday. Last night, Oklahoma City plays the Pelicans, who were second in defensive efficiency in the last 9 games, and go off. So this Oklahoma City offense, which one's going to show up is basically the question. Oklahoma City's been taking a lot of jump shots. 31% from above the break, 15% from the long mid-range. So 46% of the Oklahoma City shot attempts come right here. Long mid-range and above the break 3. Look at the Rockets, man. They've been clamping. Opponents are shooting just 30.7% against the Rockets from above the break in the last 10 games. Just 38.7% from the long mid-range. 3rd and 5th in the NBA. But again, against who? I think I'm going to take the Rockets because I just think the line's too big. But there's definitely a solid handicap here that supports the Oklahoma City bet as well. So all right, Rockets +7 down. But to be honest, if I bet Rockets +7, it might just be me doing a little bit of gambling. Because it's not that I found a definitive handicap that points that way. What else? Next game. Oh, shit. What's up, Ronald? Good morning. Yeah, we just went through it, Ronald. I mean, I'm on the Rockets, but there's definitely, like, some things that do point towards Oklahoma City. So I might just take the Rockets because I know I'm going to be watching that game, and I'm doing a little bit of gambling. So, Lakers-Grizzlies. All right, let's do Lakers-Grizzlies. Suns-Nuggets I already did on the video I uploaded last night. I did it's like a 9-minute breakdown of that. So if you want to see Suns-Nuggets, just go and check that one out. All right, so Lakers-Grizzlies. This is such an interesting one because, like, obviously the Lakers coming off that game last night, you want to immediately go grab the Grizzlies. But the spot the Lakers are in, they need to win these games, and it's tough. All right, so let's go. Let's find Lakers-Grizzlies here on the here we go. Lakers-Grizzlies. Lakers-Grizzlies sheet up. And then let's change Lakers. Grizzlies. I know. Got to get the colors right. Can't do it unless the colors are right, man. All right. Sheets are clear. We got our spreadsheets up. Let's run a poll for Lakers-Grizzlies. By the way, the last poll, 51% of you said you would bet the Rockets. 41% you said you would bet the Thunder. So community leaning towards Rockets, but it's not overwhelming. Lakers -4. Grizzlies +4. I had a friend text me this morning talking about Lakers -4 is his top bet tonight. This is not a friend that's in sports betting, though. It's my friend from high school. But he's all in on the Lakers tonight. So we got Lakers-Grizzlies. I need some nicotine. I need some nicotine before we look at this one. You think this line's crazy, Ronald? I don't know. The Lakers, it's not like just a back-to-back. It's back-to-back, and they traveled, and last night's game was crazy. In fact, that's probably what we should start out looking at here, is the minutes that were logged last night by the Lakers. Anthony Davis played 52 minutes, dude. 52 minutes. Holy shit. D'Angelo Russell played 50 minutes. Austin Reeves, 48 minutes. That's crazy. Has Anthony Davis ever in his career played a back-to-back game after playing 50 minutes ever? That's crazy. I think the line makes sense, Ronald, honestly. But let's look at the injury report to see if we've gotten anything. Knowing the Lakers, they haven't given us shit. Lakers, LeBron James probable. We expected him to play. No one else on there. Gabe Vincent doubtful, so it looks like Gabe Vincent might be on track to returning sometime soon. Not tonight, though. Castleton, Vanderbilt, Christian Wood still out. On the Memphis side, I mean, Kennard's still out. Vince Williams still out. Well, actually, Vince Williams and Conchar are doubtful. But Kennard out. We knew all these guys were out. Desmond Bane's playing. G.G. Jackson's playing. Aldama's playing. Jaren Jackson Jr. is playing. Those are the main pieces of the Grizzlies that we need in there for Memphis as of late. So let's take a look here. Strength of schedule. Last 10 games, Lakers second, Grizzlies 21st. So Lakers have played the strongest schedule in the last 10 games, but last 5 games, 10th and 11th. So it's evened out. But you can see, if we look at the net efficiency numbers from the last 5 games, there's a discrepancy here. Lakers 10th, Grizzlies 26th. Lakers obviously the edge on both the offensive and defensive sides. So let's scroll down and take a look. Let's use the last 5 games for this one because the strength of schedule is even in the last 5 games. So we're going to go down to the last 5 games here. Let's see how the Lakers have looked. Let's pull up Lakers and Grizzlies real quick. Lakers, and Grizzlies. All right, so let's see how the Lakers have looked against bottom 5 offenses. Lakers are 6-4 against the number. Against bottom 5 defenses, Lakers are 6-4 against the number. So the Lakers have been hitting against these bad teams. Grizzlies against, what did I want to look at for Grizzlies? Man, what the hell? This is not Memphis Blue, man. 1 second. I can't do this unless it's right. Sorry. I know. I'm a freak with this. People are probably watching like he can't handicap the game unless it's the proper blue. Oh, no. It's a sickness, man. Come on. There we go. There's Memphis Blue. All right. So anyway, what do we need to look at for the Grizzlies? Lakers, 6th in offensive rating, 1st in pace. So let's look at the Grizzlies against those two. Against top 5 offenses, Memphis, 6-5 against the spread. So nothing. What about against the top 5 in pace? Memphis, 6-4 against the spread. All right. So Memphis has done good has performed well against good offenses and performed well against fast-paced teams. I'm not saying let's go bet the Grizzlies. I'm just saying it's a decent start to handicap. That's all. Last 5 games for the Lakers offense. As you know, Lakers are getting to the line, man. 32.3% free throw rate is wild. So Lakers get to the foul line. Let's see the Grizzlies against teams that get to the foul line. Memphis against offensive free throw rate. 6-2 against the spread against the top 5 in offensive free throw rate. Okay, Memphis. All right. So Memphis has done well against these teams that rely on getting to the foul line. And in the last 5 games, Memphis is 11th in defensive free throw rate. Again, not a bad start for the Grizzlies here. Actually, you know what? I'll write that one down. Six and 2 against the spread. I feel like it's significant enough to write down. All right. Where are the Lakers shooting from? We already know. They're coming for the rim. They also take a lot of shots from the short mid-range. If you see these two zones here, rim and paint, look at the numbers here. 50, if you combine them together, 53% of the Lakers shot attempts in the last 5 games come from right here. So we're talking about more than half come from right here. Memphis, not the greatest defensive numbers down here, but I mean, they're not practical joke bad. I mean, we've seen worse. Look, 4th actually in defensive efficiency at the rim could come in handy. Let's look at real quick. So these two teams have played twice this year, but not since January 5th. So this isn't really going to tell us much. It looks like they split. Both these games were in LA too. Grizzlies actually beat Memphis the last time. Grizzlies won 127-13. Who the hell played in that game for the Lakers? Did the whole team sit? Lakers, no. AD and LeBron played, and Memphis just straight up beat them. Oh, Morant played in that game. Okay, that was when Morant was in there. All right, that's why. So yeah, let's see the Grizzlies against offenses that attack the rim a lot. 6-4 against the spread against the top 5 offenses in frequency. Yo, am I about to bet the Grizzlies here? This is crazy. All right. Let's look at Lakers outside shooting. Let's give the Lakers some credit. They're starting to shoot a little bit. Lakers outside shooting, as we know, very streaky. Sometimes it shows up. But as a whole, they haven't been the best outside shooting team this year. It's been showing up recently. But I mean, look at Memphis defense against a 3-ball. It's pretty much average. So really nothing to say there, because I think the Lakers shooting is coming around, but it's not like Memphis is super weak against the 3-point shot. So really just no angle either way there. On the other side, we got Memphis offensively. Look at this. Can the Memphis Grizzlies get to the foul line? That is the question we need to ask, because the Lakers do not foul. But the Grizzlies are second to the Lakers. Lakers are first in free throw rate. The Grizzlies are second. These two teams have been getting to the foul line more than any other team in the NBA. So let's look at the Grizzlies against defenses that don't send you to the foul line. 5-5 against the spread, against the top 5. Nothing there. Now let's look at the Lakers against offenses that get to the foul line. 4-8 against the spread, Lakers. Look at this. Against teams that don't get to the foul line, 1-5. Lakers 1-12 against the spread. So it looks like the Lakers are really good against mediocre teams, against in between 11 and 20 of free throw rate, because they have a bad record against the top 5 and a terrible record against the bottom 5. So 4-8. Lakers 4-8 against the spread, against the top 5 in free throw rate, and Memphis is getting to the line. Thing is, free throw rate is the least important of the 4 major metrics, and we're looking at the last 5 games. So we need to be super careful about letting a trend like this influence our bet too heavily. So let's look at, what I want to see? I want to see if Memphis has been getting to the line long term, or if this is just a short term thing. So let's go up here. Memphis offense. Now, you know what? They're also second in the last 10 games. On the full season, they're 16th. But they're also second in the last 10 games too. So Memphis getting to the foul line isn't just 5 games. It stretches back to the last 10. All right, so you know what? I'll put that because Memphis has been getting to the foul line for a decent stretch now. LAL 4-8 against the spread versus top. Both our angles we wrote down so far are regarding free throws. We got to find something better here, guys. So where did we leave off here? Let's go back down. Where is Memphis shooting from? That's what we got to do. Memphis taking shots. They're back to launching their threes again. That's where they were doing for most of this year. 35% of Memphis shot attempts in the last 5 games come from above the break. Lakers, though, have really been clamping. Lakers, 5th in defensive efficiency against that shot, allowing opponents to shoot just 31.2%. So I guess we'll look at, we can't look at trends for this, because for most of the year, Lakers have been struggling against that shot. So if we look at Lakers trends, it's probably going to tell us that they have terrible numbers against teams that shoot that shot, even though they may be playing better defense right now. So I don't know. We can look, but I don't think that's going to be an accurate indication. Yeah, see, I mean, against teams that shoot the above the break 3 in the top 5 of frequency, Lakers are just 4-8 against the spread. But like I said, the Lakers have been struggling against that shot for most of the year. Watch, we go up to the full season. Lakers in the full season against the above the break 3 right here. Lakers 26th and 21st on the full season against that shot, but in the last 5, 19th and 5th. So that should be a positive angle for Memphis. It depends how highly you value sample size. If 5 games is enough for you to say, hey, I trust the Lakers defense now. They're pumped up for the playoff run. They're playing good defense against the 3 ball. If that's enough, 5 games, then you probably like the Lakers here. But if you're thinking, hey, full season numbers, this is going to regress back and Memphis should be able to shoot the 3, then that would be the angle for Memphis. It really depends on how you look at things and how you personally like to bet. I think the move is Grizzlies here. I think there's enough here to take the points. Lakers coming off that crazy game. They played 50-plus minutes. Not just played 50-plus minutes. I mean, I'm sure just like me, you guys all watched the end of that game. End of that game was intense, man. 50 minutes where 20 of them were super intense. So, yeah, I think I'm going to take Memphis here. I know that there's a lot of people taking the Lakers, but I'm writing down Memphis plus 3.5. All right. It's 11:21. I'll do one more. Text the link of what page? Review. Don't do it, Sauce. Says TWD. I didn't actually place the bet. Oh, shit. Damn it. I have to. All right, guys. I actually have to cut it off there. I completely forgot I was supposed to talk to. Damn it. I'm sorry, guys. I got to cut it off there. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'll be back at 4 p.m. We'll go through the rest of them. At 4 p.m., it'll be me, Ski, Rob Vino. We're going through all 12 games. So I'll see you in a few hours. Sorry about that. I completely forgot I had this call, and it's an important one. So it's tax stuff. I have to take it. So I will talk to you guys soon. See you in a few hours.